Hi, this is Brian McGeady, and I knew Kurt back before he was in high school. Very good friends with his older brother Jay. Became as close as you can be to younger brother Kurt, along with Jay and my brother. We were always together, especially our senior year of high school. They were sophomores. They were on the same basketball team as us, and just the relationship really grew strong. And so I've got a couple stories I want to share with Kurt, because obviously we all miss him terribly. The first story I want to share is when he was sick. So he got sick, and he never wanted to think about being treated differently because he was sick, which was probably my favorite thing about him. I mean, I remember never even looking up what Ewing sarcoma was, because I didn't want to know what the possible outcomes could be. And he was always wanting to just be treated like we all treated him before. So in 1998, in March, we all were going to go down to Lexington to the NCAA tournament, where they were having time at Rupp Arena. And Kurt was not always feeling his best at that time. So his dad bought him a ticket to go with us. It was Jay and Bill Tolliver and my brother Danny, myself, Kurt. And we were going down, and Pat Murnen bought him the ticket just in case he was feeling good enough to go. Well, he was feeling good enough to go, and we were very lucky that he came with us. And so I actually rode down with a college friend who had got us all the tickets, or had given us access to the tickets. And I'm riding in the car in front of them, and Jay was driving the car. 100% Jay wouldn't turn over the wheel to Danny or Kurt. There's no chance of that happening. So we're stuck in traffic right when we get to downtown Lexington. We're right by Rupp Arena, and we're literally in almost a parked car situation. And all of a sudden, Kurt jumps out of the car behind us, stands up with a backpack on, and starts running through the traffic jam like this, with this huge smile on his face, and just cracking up. And it was just epitomized Kurt, right? Like always wanting to have a good time and treat us all. Anyway, he was just fantastic. Then another thing that I want to share. So fast forward almost a year later, and this was probably December of 1998. No, January of 1998. And Kurt wanted to go see a psychic. So those of you who know me know that that's probably not my cup of tea. Jay and I probably fall a little more on the logical side of the world, and don't really buy into that stuff. But I went with Kurt because, what are you going to do? He asked me to go. Of course I'm going to go with him. So we go and we see the psychics, and the psychic told me something about a girl I was going to meet, or who I was going to start talking to, or whatever. And anyway, so I didn't even think much about it. And then lo and behold, my wife, now Mary, comes into the picture. I had known her for a little while, but not very well. And then we started dating, and Kurt was starting to not do really well. It was moving towards the end. It was late January. And he came down for the Dayton Xavier game, and he stopped by our house just for a quick minute, just to say hi, for no other reason, to say hi. And he met Mary for about 30 seconds. Only time he ever met Mary. And he says to me, "Hey, I think that might be the girl the psychic was talking about. I think you're gonna like her." And so anyway, that's another thing that stuck with me forever. There's other little stories, like I can't get rid of stuff that Kurt had to do with, like he and I went to the mall and bought a sweater. I still have the sweater. I haven't worn the sweater in 15 years, maybe 20 years, but I still have the sweater, and I can't get rid of it. And so we just miss him a lot, and I hope that everybody remembers him and is having fun looking at these videos this year. All right, thanks.